Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the WBBL review. Just before we get started, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed to the page. It really does mean a lot and I really do appreciate it, so thank you very much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button now if you haven't already, or if you're new, hit that subscribe button, like this video and any post we put on social media. It really, again, means a lot, so thank you very much. If you are new or you haven't seen episodes 1 and 2 yet, check out Naomi Campbell's interview in episode 1 and Chantel Handy's interview in episode 2. Really interesting chats with both of those players, so make sure you check them out. I'll put the link in the description. Now today, London Lions fans, we have got Paulina Hersler, Lions new signing from Sweden. She's got a great story, travelled around Europe, travelled across to America and playing for the Swedish national team. So this one again is another amazing episode not to be missed. First of all though, let's round up the latest goings on in the WBBL world. So season hasn't quite started yet, but pre-season matches are beginning to come around. Leicester Riders beat Cardiff in a matchup earlier on in this week. Signings still rolling in, so Essex have now announced 5 of their new players, re-signed players should I say, so check out that. Also, Nottingham have announced that Imani Whittington has returned for the new season. Gloucester announced that Casey Cox has signed. I've mentioned this before, but make sure you check out HoopsFix because their transfer tracker should we call it that? The incomings and outgoings in the league. Check out the link, I'll put in the description. It keeps you right up to date with everything going on. Now, as I said before, our special guest today, Paulina Hersler, Swedish international, experience from around Europe and in America, of course. Let's get to it. Welcome to the show, Paulina.
Thank you very much.
Settling into life in England?
It's been great. I moved into my apartment here yesterday and I've been in London now for about 8-9 days, I think. And so far, I really like it. It's amazing here. People are really nice and I am settling in very well.
That's good. So let's just take you right back. When did you start playing basketball? Let's go even further back. Where were you born? Where are you from?
Yeah. So I'm born in Sweden, Malmo in Sweden, from there, born and raised. And I started to play basketball when I was 12 years old. And after that, I played in Sweden when I was in high school. And after that, I went to college in the States, played 4 years at UCLA, 1 year at University of Florida. And then I've played now 5, or this will be my 5th year as a pro.
So you started playing at 12. Did you come from a basketball family?
And so my dad, he used to play basketball when he was younger, and he was good and he played a lot, but not really at the professional level. We always have that little discussion, like he was playing, but not at the professional level. So, but he knows the sport really well, and he was definitely one of the reasons why I started to play basketball for sure. He introduced me to it.
So when you were growing up, did you try other sports, and why was it basketball that kind of got you hooked?
Yeah, I tried like track and field for a little bit. And even like there was one point when I was like not even like sports, like I was playing the piano, I was like doing some dancing, random stuff. When I was in 5th grade, one of my friends' mom was a coach, so she was like, "Oh, you should try basketball. Like you're tall. I've always been tall." And my dad obviously played, so he was like, "Okay, you should give it a try," and I did. And I mean, I've been there since. I've loved it since.
So how are your piano skills now?
I still got it, but I haven't played in so long. So like, I need to sit down and like work. Just like let my fingers remember the all the the muscle memory. But yeah, if I have some practice, I think I could still be able to play pretty well.
So talk us through that from 12 years on, just the first few years of playing basketball, and as I say, what had kind of got you hooked into it, and where did it progress from there?
I mean, I think one of the biggest reasons why what I play and a lot of people play sport is, you know, like the team chemistry you have with their teammates. Like you start playing basketball when you were young, it's fun, it's your teammates, it's your classmates, you love the sport. Like uh I don't know, I really just like enjoyed the sport while I was young, you know, and kept working hard, kept practicing. And I would say before I went to college, I was always like, I want to play pro, like this is what I want to try to do for a living. I have so much passion for the sport. So I had that in the back of my mind, you know, the whole time throughout college and everything. But I mean, it's amazing what kind of experience you get to do, or you get with basketball. Like I've traveled the world, I met so many different people at the same time while I'm playing the sport I love. So I mean, it's amazing.
How did the move to UCLA come about?
So I played with a national team, and this was under 18, I believe. Yeah, under 18. And we played European Championship. You know, there was a lot of scouts there, a lot of uh, agents, but for college. And I performed really well there. So I got a lot of offers to different schools. And I had no idea I wanted to go to college at that point. I mean, nowadays it's pretty common, but I would say when I went, it wasn't as popular. You know, it wasn't as many, at least from Sweden, going. So it was definitely a process, but I had good people around me who could help me. Actually, my agent, the one who's my agent today, Daniel Prince, he was the one who actually also helped me with progressing to college, helped me pick up the good schools and like what would fit me well. And yeah, college is a really like cool experience as well, on the court and off the court, everything.
When you were planning on, obviously, the college, you were getting offers coming in, did you have to go and visit the schools? How did you find out that it was UCLA that you were going to go to?
Yeah, so you start off by talking to different schools. I remember I had random coaches adding me on Facebook, and I was like, well, who is this? Who's like, the first conversations were definitely on Facebook, like no joke. Like
Yeah.
I was talking to coaches on Facebook, messaging, you know, back and forth. And then I think around I can't remember what time of the year, but there was some point where like coaches were flying out to Sweden. So they came, met me, met my family, talked to me in person, introduced the program, everything. And then in May, when I was almost done with high school in Sweden, I took visits to four schools in the States. So I went there, got to see how everything was there, and they, you know, showed me once again their program and all the people around, and then you make a decision out of that.
So talk us through the first year. Is it an intense experience? I know I've talked to a few people who said that it's obviously really, really intense at the first kind of bump into reality, really. What was your experience like?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's definitely intense is a good word. It's very different from, first of all, the basketball is different from European basketball. You come to a school, like a completely different program. Like you have workouts, you have school, you have your life, you have your coaches team. Everything is like there. It's all on campus. It's all put together really nicely, but it's also like all combine and interfere with each other, you know. So its practices are really, really hard, long, different ways of practicing compared to what I was used to in Sweden. I mean, first year you're coming, and I knew English, but it's one thing speaking it, but like when you get there and you have teammates that never met anyone from a foreign country, it's a little different. So the whole like getting used to the language, the culture, the people, and you're pretty much, you know, like you're new to everything. So it's the first year is definitely tough, and also because a lot of people as freshmen might come in and not play right away. I came in and I tore my ACL, so I had to sit out my whole first year, because I had to redshirt. So that was also tough, coming in as the new girl, but couldn't really show anything on the court because I was on the sideline from day one.
Yeah, you talk about all these things, like the injuries and things, at such a young age as well, having to deal with the intensity and then the injury at such a young age. It must have been tough.
Yeah, so I tore my ACL 2 times before I went to college. So this was my second time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was tough. Definitely. It's, I mean, one of the hardest things for sure, as an athlete and in life as well, because I mean, doctors said I might not be able to play basketball after this because it was the same knee
Right.
and meniscus and cartilage and yeah, a lot of things. But you know, that's when you have to be mentally strong. And I think one reasons why I am still able to play today too is because of all the good help I received in college. Like in the States, they have really, really good treatment, facilities, tools, rehab, everything is really good there. So, I mean, I was really taken care of when I got there, and there was no rush for me to coming back playing. I took the whole year. I was out for 14, 15 months total. And I think that's been very beneficial for my continuous career.
And how did it feel in playing for the first time after all those months?
I mean, amazing to finally be out there on the court, but also, you know, hard. Like when you haven't played in so long, it's like it doesn't matter how much you practice, how much you mentally prepare. Like your body is not used to it, used to the movements, the reactions. So it takes you a while to get into it, you know. So coming back and also like, you know, getting over your injury, like even though I'm out there, I'm not scared, but like unconsciously I'm thinking about it, and my body like reacts in different ways because of my past injuries. So it's definitely like a process to come back after a long-term injury, I would say, especially because it was my second time.
Yeah. So how were the rest of the years at UCLA?
Yeah, they were really good. I mean, I had a great experience overall there. It's a really good school. The program is like top class, I would say. They keep you at the highest level on the court, off the court. The way you treat other people, the way you act, like everything is like under control, and like they make sure you're giving your best 100% all the time. I obviously got a degree from UCLA, which is awesome. Met amazing people, and I played in a really good conference. We made it to the Sweet 16 2 times. Played UConn both times and lost, but it was definitely fun to be in the, you know, tournament and get all that, because I mean basketball is huge in the States. So playing college basketball is like so much fun.
Right. So moving on a little bit, after UCLA, sorry, what degree did you get when you were there?
Communication.
Communication. So
Yeah.
moving on from that, where did you go after college? Was it always, as you said, go pro basketball? What were the options you had at that point when you were leaving?
Yeah. So I took a fifth year at University of Florida to get my master as well, because I could take that because I got injured. But after that, I was done with college. I was probably one of the oldest, because as Europeans, you're like a little older coming to college. Yes, I was always determined on that I wanted to play professional basketball. Absolutely. So I knew that was the next step, but I didn't know how, and I didn't know how the transition was going to go. But once again, I had good people around me, an amazing agent, and I was able to, you know, play pro right away out of college.
And as you said earlier, you've been able to travel the world, and you've been to play in different countries. Talk us through some of the countries you played in.
Yeah, so my first year out of college, I was in Spain, in a city called Zaragoza. Good first year, absolutely. Like pretty big city. Not a lot of people spoke English though. But Spain is it's a lovely country. After that, I've been in Slovenia. I've been in Italy. I've been in Turkey, and I've been in Israel. And then now I'm in London.
We really are just setting around Europe.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, throughout when I'm on the teams as well, we're traveling. With the national team, you're traveling. With college, you're traveling. Like, yeah, I've really like got to see the world with basketball, which is amazing.
You briefly mentioned the national team earlier. What is it like playing for Sweden?
Yeah, I've played for the Swedish national team since I was 15, pretty much. You know, it's always an honor to play for the national team. You know, put on the jersey and play for your country. First as a youth, you know, under 16, under 18, under 20. And then the older you get, obviously, you take the step into the senior national team. And some of the girls on my senior national team were girls I was looking up to when I was little. Now it's a bit of a rotation in the generations, so I'm becoming the oldest all of a sudden, but it's always such an honor to play for the national team. And yeah, I mean, it's a rare thing to do. Not everyone gets to play for national team. So,
Do you remember your first game for Sweden for the senior side?
for the senior side, it's tough to say. I mean, I do, because we have a little tradition that we have to sing like the Swedish national anthem after the first game, and we do it in random places. Or we used to have this tradition. So it was, I actually had to. My first game was with my best friend, so we had to sing like the national anthem like at the airport randomly in front of everyone. But I think that was like an exhibition game or something. But I mean, I played a lot of games, and like I said, in the youth national team as well. And yeah, it's always an honor to put on the Swedish jersey.
Did London make you sing any songs when you joined London? Did you have to do anything?
Not yet, but who knows? Who knows? It might come.
I'll get on to Kennedy and make sure she sorts it out for you.
Yeah, right.
And let's look a little bit outside basketball before we talk about London. You've got a design company. How did all that come about? Is that something that you're passionate in as well?
Yeah, I've always loved clothes. I love fashion. I think it's an interest of mine. And I think that, I mean, I've always had the idea kind of like in the back of my head that I wanted to do something beside basketball. I want something that keep me engaged, something to work on, something creative. But also I know it started during Corona when I was in quarantine.
Okay.
I was literally in Italy doing nothing, staring into the walls. And I was like, no, this is the time. Like, it's time to start working on something. So yeah, I started my own clothing line, and I think it's really fun. I love the clothes. I've got great feedback from the clothes. It's called Power Design. Spells kind of like my name, Paulina Hersler, but it pronounces Power. It makes more sense when you see it spelling.
Put the link in the description. Put the link.
Right. But no, I love it. I'm definitely passionate about it, and it's something I want to keep working on, besides basketball.
And something else outside of basketball, but in basketball, a fellow podcast host.
Yeah, right. I told you. Yeah. I used to have a podcast maybe 2 years ago now with my best friend, actually. And I think we had about 40-50 episodes. Like, we were really going strong.
Nice.
And we talked about everything. It's in Swedish though, so I don't know how many people are going to be able to listen to it.
I tried. My Swedish isn't great.
You didn't get anything?
Didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But no, it was we talked about like, I like to showcase like a lot of things, a lot of people see the good things about being a professional athlete, or the success and all the fun things, the things you post about on Instagram. But like, that's one thing, but it's also, I think, more interesting and also to see like the backside of it, or things behind the scenes, and like how you can analyze that and stuff like that. So that was definitely one aspect of our podcast that we were talking about. And, also trying to, help the younger generation with, ways of going with basketball, colleges. We shared our experience pretty much with basketball and life.
Sounds good. So if you know you're Swedish, go and check that out as well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about London now. How did the move to London come about?
I mean, I started talking to London in the middle of summer, kind of like a little bit, and then it was like, okay, we don't know what's happening. And then I think I signed in July, actually, and it turned out to be a great situation both ways. I mean, last year I played Eurocup, and that was one of my things. I would love to stay in Eurocup this season, and I know London Lions did really, really well last year. I was actually watching not the actual game, but the celebrations of London Lions last year. So I knew the program, it's coming from a good club, good program. I know some of the players on the team. It says a lot when returners are coming back to the team. Like, a lot of people from last year are still here. That says a lot about the team as well. So and obviously I had a great connection with coach and everything around. We got a new GM here who's amazing, Vanya. So it felt like a really good fit, and so far it has been.
So yeah, how have you found preseason training so far?
It's been great. Yeah, we started off hard right away. I love the way um, Mark coaches us. He's honest. He's being real with us. He is, he's a great coach, but he's also a great person. Like the way he speaks to him, and I can tell by the other girls that knows him really well that he's very appreciated among them. So to me, that says a lot. Especially when there's multiple ones that really, can see his strength on and off the court. So it's been good. We started off, we've been doing double days, practicing hard, working on our, team chemistry on the court. We're going to Slovenia in a few days. We're going to do some team bonding, more practices, a lot of practice, so we can be ready for the season that's coming up.
So do you feel added pressure coming from obviously London last year, undefeated in the league and the cups and kind of domestic competitions? Do you feel added pressure to obviously keep that going as a team?
I mean, we all know there's pressure, but there's no point of like thinking into the pressure. I think like a little bit of pressure is good. I think I play better under a little bit of pressure. But I also know one thing that I have from my experience, and I know that Mark or the coach appreciated about me as well. Like I played in Israel last year, and then we won the championship there. And it came down to like small details. It came down to a lot of pressure. And we have other girls on the team as well that have done this before. So it's like you have experienced players that have done things before, that have been winning important games. So I think we'll be ready when the situation comes, and it's nothing you have to like overthink now in the beginning. Like you have to take it step by step, and that's the only way you can get better as a team.
So I put a post on social media earlier this weekend, just to anybody with any questions, and so I've just got a few from people who have asked a few on the social media. So
okay.
I mean, I think you've answered that one really about your thoughts on the team and the city so far, and you said you've been welcomed with open arms.
Very welcome. Yes.
You mentioned the differences obviously earlier between college and playing in Europe. Can you just highlight some of the differences that you mentioned earlier?
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of differences, a lot of similarities. The biggest difference, I would say, number one, is the playing style on the court. Like college is a little different type of playing style. It's a faster game, a little more physical, a little bit more one-on-one, or a lot more one-on-one, I would say, game style, which it's one way of playing. In Europe, obviously, it's more team-oriented basketball. Physical and strong as well, especially Euro Cup and those leagues. But yeah, it's just more team oriented, I would say. And then, I mean, in college, you study. Everyone is like approximately the same age. You belong to the school in a certain way. You're still like treated as a kid a little bit. And you're still in a family. Like in the professional world, you're not. Like you're by yourself, you're a pro, you have to show up, you have to present yourself, you have to perform. Like obviously you're a family with a team, but it's also way more, it's your job. So it's not the same as college, where everyone is just one big happy group, everyone is committed, whereas when you're pro, you're more so on your own, and you have to hold yourself more accountable, I would say.
Right, next one. Have you ever been to England before? And is there anywhere you really want to visit when you're over here?
Yes, I've been to England before. I've been to London before, actually, 2 times. One time when I was little, and then one time a few years ago. But I've been a typical tourist, like Big Ben, Tower Bridge, all that. So I definitely want to explore even more. I love traveling and I love exploring, and I know there is a lot to offer here. So I don't have a good list yet of things I want to see. If people there have recommendation, let me know. But I will do my research and definitely be touristing around London throughout the year. Don't worry.
When you come up to Newcastle's lovely. So make sure you explore Newcastle as well.
Yeah, see? Yeah, no, I need to explore for sure.
Right, the next part of this episode is our quick fire questions. And I'm going to ask Eva to come and help me again to just throw some quick fire questions at you. So I'm going to I'm going to go and get her, and by the power of technology, we'll have her here now. Right, so what we're going to do is just throw one at a time some quick fire questions at you.
Okay.
Right, Eva, are you starting?
Do you prefer McDonald's or KFC?
McDonald's.
What's your favourite Netflix series at the moment?
Ooh, currently I don't watch nothing on Netflix.
What about TV in general? Are you a TV watcher or not really?
Not really. The last show on Netflix I watched was probably like You, the scary one, you know, like the psycho one. But I like that one.
Okay.
Do you prefer tea or coffee?
Coffee, 100% coffee.
What is your favourite jersey number and why?
It's number 12, and I got to have number 12 this year as well. No particular reason except that I've had it since I was a little kid, pretty much. So I've rotated between 6, 12, and 24. You know, so I keep just adding up.
Nice.
But I think those are. I will stay among those.
Okay.
What is your favorite Disney film?
Ooh. Disney character is Winnie the Pooh, which is really weird. But I loved Winnie the Pooh when I was a kid. Everything with Winnie the Pooh, like, yeah. And there is a movie, I forgot what it's called in English, but they had some, like, a movie, the Tigger movie, I think.
Yeah,
and
a few different ones, I think. Haven't you? The Piglet one and
yeah.
A few.
I had a whole like birthday party with Winnie the Pooh when I was a kid, and yeah, I loved it. So I'll stick with that.
What annoys you the most?
Ooh, I mean, this could be anything, but the first thing that pops up to my mind: people that are bad at communicating.
Okay.
They're really random, but yeah.
What is your game day routine?
My game day routine, I mean, hopefully there is a shoot around in the morning. You know, I go with a team. I always take a nap. That's crucial.
Okay. Nap.
I eat a lot of food. I'm one of those people that I could eat like 2 hour and a half, even like before the game. Like I can eat so much, like I don't have to be eating like hours before. So I make sure I eat early, like close to the game, drink coffee. And then before the game, I have a few stretches and exercises that I always do before the warm up. And music is key too. I need to have headphones in.
Favorite song?
I'm listening to a lot of Avicii songs before games. Actually,
Oh,
you know,
yes,
it's
yeah.
like up tempo, like it's getting me pumped up. But it's all mixed. It's a little bit of everything, to be quite honest.
Do you prefer to assist or score the basket?
I mean, I would have to say to score the basket, even though a nice assist is really nice as well. But
What is your favorite type of pasta and why?
ooh, that's a good question. I love pasta to begin
That
with.
was a good question.
Yeah, favorite type. Now you're really testing me here because I'm not really good with all these names. Yeah, like the thick one. Oh, what are they called? I would say it's penne, but like the thicker ones. I don't know what they call rigatoni.
Okay.
Is that a type? Like the round little thicker ones?
We'll have to Google it after.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was a good question. But I love pasta. Any type, I'll eat it.
Have you had a best friend, a favorite teammate that you've had in the past?
Yes. I mean, to be quite honest, my majority of my friends are from basketball or somehow connected with basketball. All my best friends from back home, I played basket with all of them at some point. So yes, a lot of them for sure.
What is your best moment on court?
Oh, that's a good one too. I would say one of the most fun experiences I have with basketball is we played something called university games with the Swedish national team, the university games, and it's pretty much like a mini Olympics. Literally like the same. Like we lived in a huge Olympic village. opening ceremony, closing ceremony. Like it's like the Olympics, but it's for under 23. And it was like thousands of athletes all across the world, and that was an amazing experience. So I would say that hopefully I can go to the actual Olympics, but as of now, that was really, really good.
What is your favorite snack?
Any type of chocolate.
Nice.
Yeah, I love chocolate. I'm a chocolate I'm addicted to chocolate.
Yeah.
What was your most embarrassing moment on court?
Ooh, most embarrassing moment. I mean, I definitely missed some wide open layups, like a lot of people. Anything particular? I'm trying to think. Anything recent? I feel like I had something. I do some awkward things sometimes, but I would say I have to be like missing a wide open layup or wide open rebound. Actually, you get the rebound, and you're like right there, and you just go boom. Like it's not the best feeling. No, I don't recommend it.
Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
I would say yes. I know people are gonna think I'm crazy, but I would eat it. Yes, I order it. I'll eat
3 in
it.
a row now. 3 in a row, all saying yes.
Yes.
Who is your favorite basketballer of all time?
Ooh, all time. I mean, I have to say Kobe. Yeah, I've seen him live too. It was just, one of those moments you're like looking on the court like it's real. So Kobe, yep.
What's your main strength as a basketballer?
It's my shot, I would say. I'm very tall. I'm 6'3", 190, but I can shoot the ball very well, especially from my height. So it's my strength.
Can you teach me how to say hello in Swedish?
Oh, that's easy. It's just hey.
Do that.
Hey.
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 Sure. That is easy.
Hey, or say hello. Hello.
Oh, it's like,
Oh, hello.
that is easy, isn't it? It's exactly like it should be.
Yeah.
Before I ask the last question, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. It's been fascinating to hear your story, get to know you a bit better, have a bit of fun along the way. Good luck for the rest of the season. Obviously, London should be fine, yeah?
Yes, I think so. I hope so, and I will make sure we will. Thank you very much.
Just before I ask that last question, anyone liking the video, yes, make sure you subscribe. And the last one is, I love basketball because.
I love basketball because it's my biggest passion.
There you go. Great answer. And as I said, good luck for the rest of the season and hopefully speak to you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.